Good morning, everybody. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just getting ready to start feeding the horses for the day. I'm going to do a full feed routine, so come along and see how we feed the horses here at the rescue. You ready for breakfast? Normally they're hollering at me. There you go. Are you hungry? He's like, I'm up. Ready to eat. Mr. Zeus. Alright, I'm gonna get you food. So after we wash all the buckets, they get stored here. So I'm going to pick those up and take them into the feed room. There's Faith. We've got kitties coming for breakfast. So this is our feed room. Got supplements, hoof care medications, everything. And then basically right now we're just feeding Sentinel LS, Nutrena Senior, and alfalfa pellets. Now we've got our board, and this is just where we store our open feed here. So I'm going to get started.
I had been trying for a while to find a solution that would keep labels on these rubber feed pans. So what we ended up doing was getting binder clips, and then I write on them with paint pen. The silver or the white paint pen works best, and they stay on. They don't come off like tape or vinyl lettering. I'm getting started with our two boarders, Faith and Wilbur, because their feed needs to be soaked. So we're going to let that soak for about 10 minutes and absorb all the water in. And while that is absorbing, we'll go get the other feed ready.
So now that everybody's grain is finished, I'm going to get the supplements that we use. We've got Viacom, MSM, Mare Magic, burn-ins on some Butte tabs, Hequiox, Ulcer Aid, and Biotin. So we've got, that's almost done. Over there. And then everybody else that's getting Biotin.
Now that the food that we soaked earlier is done soaking up, you can see all the water is absorbed into the food. We're going to feed it.
Out. Out. Out.
Lots of times I'll use these black carts to carry everything, especially when we have to do hay. But since it's now the summer and we're not doing hay, I'm going to hop on the ATV and put everything on the back so it makes it a little bit quicker. And since most of our pastures are solar powered, what I usually do is just turn off the fence and then hop through it instead of going through the trouble of opening the gate, walking in, then guarding the feed and closing the gate behind me. And you'll see that we separate all of our horses for feeding. That's just to make sure that everybody gets what they're supposed to get and nothing gets shared accidentally, and also the horses that need to gain weight can get all the food that they need.
All right, stall. 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 Come on, stall. Venus. Stall. Hey, stop spilling all your food. You're hungry? Yeah. Oh good, he's already in his pen.
Since we put horses in the same pen every time for feeding, they get accustomed to it, and oftentimes they'll just be in there waiting for me when it's time to feed.
Come on, Griffey. No. Look what you did. You made a huge mess.
And if you're about to suggest that we use hanging feeders or buckets, we have tried everything under the sun, and our messy eaters are just messy eaters. We try to give them bigger buckets so they don't slosh the food around so much, but it is what it is. While the horses are eating, we go and check on the waters that I know need done. This one I didn't do yesterday, so it's ready to get filled up. And we're going to let that fill while we go and do some other stuff. And while we do muck out our fields and the run-ins as well for our pasture horses, Faith here is supposed to be pregnant, so she needs to be in an area where she can't eat fescue grass, which is most of what we have on the property. So she gets just her own little space because fescue grass can sometimes have a fungus that can hurt the baby. So we want to make sure that she stays healthy, and she also has her own special type of hay that the cats sure like to take naps on. So we're going to give her that, and we'll put it in a hay net with small holes so it lasts her a little bit longer. Slow feed is the best way to feed hay, and we found that it lasts a lot longer for the horses and they make less of a mess, especially for this type of hay, which is expensive. So we want to make sure that they're getting the best value and the most out of their hay. Now that the horses are done eating, it's time to go collect up all the buckets from all the pastures and let the horses out of their little feed stalls. And looks like the water is overflowing a little bit. Does anybody else ever completely forget about their water troughs once they start them filling up? I usually remember to fly spray everybody before I let them out of their separate feed pens, just because some horses don't stand quite as nicely as Verna does. But since I forgot, we're going to go and do that now. Lynn doesn't like the fly spray. Now I'm going to rinse and scrub all the buckets out. This is important so again we don't transfer medication, and we have alfalfa pellets. We don't want them getting moldy or drying on the buckets like this. So we use a hard scrub brush, grab the insides and the back and the bottom to make sure everything's clean.
So that's it for our summer feed routine. We only have about 11 horses. Yeah, 11 horses on property right now, 8 for the rescue, 2 boarders, and 1 client horse. So it goes pretty quick, especially when I'm using the ATV to go in between pastures. Just waiting for this last water trough to fill up, and then I'll be done. Time to go get some lunch, and then the horses will get fed again later tonight. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, share it with your friends, share our rescue mission, and we'd love to see you in the next one.
A big thank you and welcome to all our new subscribers. We hope you enjoy our channel.